Spirit. Not many teams allowed Viking to get the hands on the hero. Like most of the time, it's just straight up banned out. Okay.
They're maybe setting up for a Mag PA potentially. And plenty of options to go with the Magnus though, of course. And the Virtus.PRO, on the other hand, what do we expect from them? Maybe a bit of Phoenix to come out?
I think they're kind of surprised. I think Virtus.PRO was pretty sure they will go with the Vengeful Spirit, so they steal this Phantom Assassin. I think that's a good way to react to Magnus, because Sven Magnus does not seem as great as like Magnus plus other carries, because Sven already has that built-in cleave. You can't have enough of cleave, you know, but yeah, you talked about the team fight. Yeah. Here's the Phoenix.
Yeah, big fan of that. And then you're holding on to that carry for maybe a later stage on. Think about, you know, the Troll Warlord, for example, could potentially come out. Are there any other natural, like, MKB carriers that you would like to see? There's not many that come to mind. Like, Faceless Void is one, but he's banned.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just go MKB straight away. That's why Phantom Assassin is such a strong hero, because evasion. All right, they will go with Undying. So Viking opening up with two big team fight ultis, long cooldowns. On the other side, you can pretty much fight all the time. This is the type of hero that Phantom Assassin is. And Undying against the two strength heroes gonna be good. These two heroes also don't deal well with the Tombstone. Phoenix can use the egg. You know, this is something that we see when there's a Faceless Void on one side, Phoenix on the other side. If Phoenix is not inside the Chronosphere, he pops that egg, you know, just straight up kind of a counter to Chrono, I would say.
Yeah, it really annoys the Faceless Void when he's inside of it. It kind of harks back to the patch like 2 years ago or so, where we had the spam patch, where it was Phoenix, Undying, Shadow Shaman, Clockwork, all of these, like, Venomancer, all of the little things on the map, all the little things that you got to try and break through, the Plague Wards and the Supernova, and you would have to pick heroes to actually deal with them, like Miranas and stuff like that. All right, now nobody can really kill Tombstone and Egg, like you say, so we might actually see that Mirana come out in the latter stages. Ench, Timber, Slardar being removed. Yeah, Slardar PA is a pretty damn good combination, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And you also do not want to give a Slardar, because you have a mag, so it kind of implies that they will play a melee carry hero, which Slardar really shines against pretty much any melee. So Sven banned out by Virtus.PRO. They still think it's a powerful combination.
Even with the Hand of Midas that Shad is still very insistent on buying every time he plays Sven. He kind of looks for that more scaling rather than the early burst of active aggression that we see from a lot of Svens with the Mask of Manus and the Echo Saber.
I mean, there's still a possibility that Viking picks like Vengeful Spirit and Medusa. Like, Medusa is extremely good against the Undying. You focus the Tombstone, you don't get that benefit, you know, you don't get the cleave from Magnus, but it's still a possibility. They ban out DM's Mars, which is probably the best Mars player right now from what I've seen. Like, what he does with the hero just feels completely broken.
You're never safe, you know, you're skewering or you're diving away as this Magus or Phoenix, and DM's like, no, I'm gonna spear you mid-Icarus dive, somehow catch you out of the air.
Yeah, he was catching Clockworks, Miranas, whatever has any kind of mobility, he's ready to spear you.
Absolutely is. And we're still not sure where, you know, Magnus and Phoenix are heading. Still reasonably open on those two picks. Could be the 5 and 4, could be the 3 and 4, never quite sure. Whereas Pia and Undying is like, position 1, position 5. Virtus.PRO kind of ticking the boxes there for themselves. And
yeah, so they still ban it out. It's still a possibility.
So what did VP have the other day? They had like Dark Willow, Crystal Maiden as their go-to like middle of the draft pick. They've got the Undying already, so I guess Maiden probably out of the picture. But
Dark Willow, yeah. I think Dark Willow or Wyvern, this is how they're gonna respond to Magnus and Phoenix, two big teamfight ultis, where you can, like, with Wyvern, you have great... I mean, Undying Wyvern sounds pretty bad, because you have no stuns, but this is something that they made work, like, a couple of times, and... like, whenever they're playing against these big team fights, especially Magnus, they tend to get Dark Willow, where the Terrorize, you know where they're going to be grouping around, so Terrorize has a lot of value, and the same goes with the Phoenix Egg. Let's say Phoenix uses an egg, and Dark Willow terrorizes the rest of the team, you easily kill the egg. Bloodseeker is the pickup, so Road of Atos carrier against... like, root mechanic against Phoenix and Magnus to stop them from moving is pretty good.
Like, they don't know the safe lane matchup, and Bloodseeker usually the position 3. Is this just because the heroes left in the pool, they feel like Bloodseeker's going to do okay against anyway?
Bloodseeker is a strong laner, starts with like 6 armor, so that's pretty high. Usually Bloodseeker does not lose his lane. I don't remember seeing like Bloodseeker getting completely dumpstered, because he puts so much pressure with the Blood Right, gets the heal from his aura, and if other lanes are also playing aggressively, like, you might get the kill because of that aura.
And then it leaves your pos 4 open, so you can still go for Tiny, Rubik, Dark Willow, all good heroes to combo with Bloodseeker, and depending what you need, you can kind of shift into that in that 4th pick.
You need some kind of a stun from your position 4, so either like Clockwork, Tusk, Tiny. These are the heroes that come to my mind, because right now they have nothing. Earth Spirit is also available. Just any kind of, like you mentioned, Rubik. Rubik is fine, but then you only have... that's it.
And then he doesn't give you the gap close, which the others
yes,
bring, right?
Exactly. So I think it's going to be a melee position for
someone who can either buy Blink or already has that, you know, Earth Spirit role you mentioned to get in on top of people. Both sides burning through a lot of their draft time. 25 seconds here for Viking. Thinking long and hard about where to potentially shift this Phoenix and Magnus, what roles to give them. They actually take the... okay, they take the Dark Willow themselves. Just had to double check there. It wasn't VP and Viking on the other sides. Is this something that Viking have done before? I don't remember.
I don't remember seeing them play Dark Willow. Let me just
have a couple of times.
They did. Okay, they played against Virtus.PRO, the game that they lost. They actually did. Yeah, they played against Navi. So played it a couple of times. Like, if someone asked me, I'd probably say no, because for some reason I don't remember. Doesn't strike me as a Viking type of a hero.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking as well. And then we then assume that Dark Willow 4 means Magnus 3, Phoenix 5.
Yes, most likely.
So then we're probably going to have the Arcane's mech from Magnus, try and get that big tanky build. A Shadow Demon for VP. It's a good little save there. So they've got Disruption and Soul Rip to try and keep that PA or Bloodseeker alive in these fights.
If you remove team names, like, I'm pretty sure most of the people would say that Vikings draft is Virtus.PRO's draft and the opposite. Because it looks like it, yeah.
It's like a little glitch in my brain that keeps telling me that they flipped the wrong way around. Morphling
it's a
for Viking
really
now.
good Morphling game. There's no stuns. Like, he can get the morph off every single time, pretty much. They can time Disruption into Blood Right. That's their best stun they have. Like, Virtus.PRO right now, they will need to outplay them hard. I think they put themselves in a really bad spot. Like, if lanes are not going well for them, it's gonna be very hard for Undying and Shadow Demon to make the moves around the map. The Virtus.PRO, like, save on that Shadow Demon, like, his positioning is extremely good. Like, and they're saving disruptions, itemization, like, it just feels like a save hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Save hero with a save. Banning out the Viper. Get rid of that nether toxin that PA hates so much. I mean, Shadow Demon's going to be able to save you from, like, RP, Dark Willow spells. There's not really anyone to, like, make illusions of to play aggressively with, though.
10 seconds remaining.
And the only time, you know, you're wondering kind of where Morphling feels afraid, it's like level 1 and 2. Undying potentially with that Decay and Soul Rip could clap down on the Morphling and make some rotations.
I would love to see like Leshrac or Shadow Fiend for Viking. Put Morphling on the safe lane. Leshrac seems like a
Turn to battle.
really good pick where, you know, you don't care about stuns. You're speedy enough. I mean, you don't care about stuns because they don't have any. And yeah, just some extra tower damage. And they also banned out Zeus, so they could imply, you know, Zeus loves to play into Leshrac, one of the few heroes that can outrange the Leshrac and can't really kill him.
Virtus.PRO's turn to pick.
Lifesteal, a final
Okay,
pick for
so-
Viking.
Alright, so they're doing the same thing everyone is doing. Morph mid, Lifestealer as their safe lane.
Looks pretty solid
gonna
for
be-
Viking.
This is gonna be a really tough game for Virtus.PRO, I would say, because
Remaining.
look at the heroes. Morphling with the attribute shift, Lifestealer infesting someone who they try to focus. He can kill the tombstone easily.
RP
Percentage
Supernova
based
to
heal,
cover.
yeah, and they have no egg hitters. Like these 4 heroes don't really deal well with the egg.
Yeah, it's like, you know, in the last game or last series, we could see in the draft, you know, ways that you're answering different heroes and getting to this last pick, maybe feeling comfortable. It doesn't feel like there's one pick here for VP that, you know, deals with the Morphling, deals with the Lifestealer, is able to stop this and power from Magnus accelerating that Lifestealer into some early items.
I mean, if you look at the Virtus.PRO bans, they also thought it's a mid hero that they're missing.
Choose your hero.
Wait, one.
They still don't have any of those things that we mentioned. No egg hitters, no stuns. But the good thing they have is...
What is that?
Double save, OD with the Astral Shadow Demon. This combination was really popular like 2 years ago.
OD?
Infinite saves, Aghanim Scepter on OD. So you start first, Shadow Demon goes, then you use it again, then Shadow Demon goes again. But I mean, that's just works well in the theory.
He was always used as like a counter to Morphling, right? Being able
Yes.
to kind of, when it was the old OD, you know, racking up intelligence with your right clicks. Man, I genuinely can't remember how this bloody hero works now. You get charges from using like Astral and stuff to get your Santa's Eclipse multiplier, and then you use that Eclipse to slam down onto these heroes.
He was used a couple of times during the Epic League in the last month. Still feels a bit weak compared to the other heroes. You know, what you get from the mid lane.
What was the build they went for?
Ags most of the time.
Like Treads, Ags? No,
Yeah.
Hand of Midas or anything
Couple
like
of
that?
couple of nulls. Like I've seen one OD, can't remember which one, that just wanted to fight with the team because their carry was also like very greedy. So he decided to get 3 null talismans and just fight with the team.
Oh, we'll see what GPK gets up to. Outworld Devourer, the Obsidian Destroyer. Good old OD. Epileptic Kid on the Phantom Assassin, Ilias Undying, DM, Bloodseeker, and Save. The Shadow Demon there for Virtus.PRO. I just really feel that Vikings draft covers so many bases. They look super solid. You know, Toby Magnus, Celery Phoenix, Aramis Dark Willow there with Boom Morphling, Shad Lifestealer, and Lifestealer, a hero that maybe not directly in a 1v1 against PA doesn't look good, but if you're hitting those timings so early on with Empower, with your Armlet, Deso, even MKB, an item which Lifestealer does like to buy, you could find yourself in a really, really tough spot as VP here.
Yeah, you asked which carry hero wants to buy MKB. Like, that's Lifestealer.
I am ill-disposed toward you.
Yeah, it feels pretty
This
good about it.
Yeah, this is actually 0 stun lineup. Into Lifestealer, into Morphling.
Didn't you see me?
Like this,
No
this
hexes,
might be
no
a
stuns.
hard game for Virtus.PRO. If they want to win this game, they need to outmaneuver them, outsmart them.
Outplay them. Well, they've got Disruption and Astral as their TP cancels or actual disables. We'll see what they get up to. Shadow Demon up top with that Bloodseeker. Lifestealer, of course, going to be up there as well on the dire side and probably benefiting from the support of Celery, that Phoenix. Toby Aramis bottom. Against OD in the mid lane. And then PA Undying is that bottom lane matchup as well for Virtus.PRO.
30 seconds to
Also, what is that Undying set?
I don't know.
What is that?
Looks a little bit like Aztec, like South American.
Yeah?
He keeps turning around. I can't bloody look at his face. There we go. Yeah, he's got some like nice golden skull stuff going on there. Very handsome looking man.
Undying
Not going
has
to
some
contest the rune though.
sick looking cosmetics.
the battle begins.
Yeah, he's got some pretty good stuff. I'm a big fan of the like the coal miner one, you know, with the mining helmet.
Yeah.
Looking all real fancy. Easy bounty runes for both teams.
I actually don't know, Gary, because I'm not an Undying player, unlike you.
Yeah, I've been playing... I'm getting back into ranked. Been playing a lot of Magnus Pos 5. Get a bit of Undying in there.
Just enjoy while it lasts, because I believe Magnus is gonna get some kind of rework or a huge nerf.
Empower removed.
Replaced by... Yugo.
A blink ability, so he can blink skewer people. Well, first blood right up top, gonna help secure DM a little bit of experience and get that range creep going for themselves. Looks decent up there as Save is gonna be able to chase back Celery on that Phoenix. So they've got the two 1v1s. And bottom lane, something that I think we should point out, we always see from Virtus.PRO, right, is the ability for Epikid and Ilias to get that level 2 as quickly as they can, and they play this very forward, aggressive style to deal with the offlaner, but it does allow RMS here to drag the wave back.
He's just gonna keep it here. I don't think you want to steal too much experience out of your Magnus. How's mid doing? 5-1 against 4-3, so every single time like Morph gets close, if there's a range creep, deny, or a kill, OD will go for it. And I see triple null Tully already queued up by OD.
Yeah, absolutely. Going for that early game build. RMS being harassed back by Ilias a little bit there. Boots up on the Undying. There's also brown booties there for the Dark Willow though. Go on, high fiver. Ilias, don't leave a wonderful woman hanging. That's very, very upsetting.
Very rude, yeah.
She's just a wee little fairy. Just give her the old high five. And camp up top, blocked by Celery, so no pull is going to come from the large camp. DM and Save. Still playing that double 1v1. And then the mid lane continues to be even, like you're saying. 9-1 against the 10-5. Morphling has the wave coming back up to his high ground, though.
Morphling might start to struggle a bit. Like once OD hits level 3, level 5 lowers the cooldown on that Astral. So OD should have much more denies than the Morphling.
Yeah, doing a good amount of damage there as well, GPK, keeping his mana topped up with that Essence Flux. And they're trying to jump Toby bottom lane. Doesn't have Skewer.
Points in Skewer, yeah.
Still level 2, but it looks like PA said, nah, Undying, mate. I've got a creep wave over there that I really need to go and farm. So Toby saved up by RMS. And it seems like tonight we're getting a lot of these very delicate, slow and deliberate laning stages where nobody really wants to give up anything. No crazy moves.
Yeah, slow start to all 4 games so far that we were casting. Bottom lane, Elias is level 2 but does not have mana. Very low on mana. Oh, he just brought
Does have a mango.
mangoes and the clarity.
He's not yet decided what he wants to level up. You know, usually we see the Soul Rip, but maybe holding a point there if he desperately wants the Tombstone. Now he goes for Decay, Soul Rip, jump in, and they're going to find Toby. The takedown by Ilias. Spilling that first blood for VP.
Like right now you would want to die with Undying, or you already used the courier. And he's just going to body block that camp instead. Vasi, a clarity, has a healing salve for Phantom Assassin. Like, Ilias is such a good support. Like, he always... The thing you mentioned, they will push the lane, just put the pressure early on, especially when he plays that Crystal Maiden, and just secure, which most of the time is paired up with Phantom Assassin. Like, if you're playing a pub, you want to play with Ilias.
Yeah, he knows what's up. It reminds me of, like, you know, Miposhka, for example, who was always running around with like 3 salves in his back pocket trying to heal up the rest of his team. He doesn't mind spending money just to keep that laning stage going. A bit of damage coming onto the Phoenix, though, as Save and DM make the move forward. They kill him off for the poison stacks, mid-dive, actually. So Celery sniped out.
A little bit of damage, you say? And that's also an earn charge for Bloodseeker.
Oh, true.
Bloodseeker in this game, like, could easily go for Spirit Vessel. I would not mind against the Lifestealer. There's also a ton of heal coming out from Phoenix.
Bounty runes coming. OD, no bottle, of course. Morphling has one.
Yeah, would still prefer, you know, if he gets Power Treads and then gets Rotopathos and then possibly gets the Spirit Vessel.
Go back into it. So you've got, like, more active abilities early on. This double bottle for Viking, you know, Toby and Boom both getting one means the double bounty is getting a lot of value on that dire side. GPK's level 6, 3 charges up on his Sanity Eclipse. Legitimately no idea how much mana and how much damage that's going to do. It's going to surprise me and probably going to surprise Boom when it does drop the hammer and land. Toby skewers away from the PA Undying. Yeah, again, slipping away from danger. Viking are making a move into mid now. 6-minute rune's about to spawn and GPK's trying to go for the top one. He's going to slip away from this. Celery made the move a little too soon. Aramis couldn't quite get there.
They have no stuns, but like their lane setup is really strong. So you have a Bloodseeker against the Lifestealer. Like, Lifestealer doesn't put pressure on you. Like, both heroes are gonna farm bottom lane. Ilias skewered back into the creep wave. Should be fine.
Yeah, good amount of damage, but he's fine.
I thought Dark Willow was there, but Dark Willow just checking what's happening on the mid lane, securing the rune for Morphling.
Oh, Celery diving away again.
Oh, mid lane, he tried to go for a big play.
Oh, Boom is still here. Astral stole and turned around on OD. Yeah, Sanity Eclipse on cooldown. He Astrals again, but the Dark Willow with the Shadow Realm comes. Fairy Fire there, and a save from Save. Banishing up the Dark Willow. Stops Aramis in his tracks. And how did that all start off?
OD had only 6 Sanity Eclipse charges and tried to blow up the Morphling with the ulti was not enough. I think if he went for one more, like, it's a secure kill. But yeah, Boom survived.
It's a pretty long cooldown now.
It is.
160 seconds for that OD ulti. Jeez Louise. Is that the longest cooldown in the game now? What's Reincarnation?
Yeah, Reincarnation level 1 should be
230 or some crazy shit? I can't remember now.
200. 200, yeah.
Okay.
Raid King.
Yeah, long ass cooldowns. Oh, Boom. Super pleased with how that's all gone. And GPK.
I forgot Enigma. Like, Enigma is also 200.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Dire Observer spots Ilias coming in behind Aramis. So he'll land a quick Bramble Maze. And get a double damage rune, forcing Ilias actually to TP all the way home. It does mean that Morphling can't refill his bottle off of it. So a little unfortunate for the Morphling and the Dark Willow there. Up at top, DM playing around with these creep waves a little bit.
He's just
blood,
TP
right?
out. They cannot stop it.
No stun gaming. Oh, do you think Infest would have blown him up there? Probably not.
I don't think it would be enough.
Shad pops out and returns to creep farming anyway. 8.5 minutes in. Top 3 net worth, all VP heroes. Aramis has come down bottom to try and handle Epikid. PA, not really a target you can take down so easily, though. Maybe if you had an RP or something. But Toby needs a couple more creeps to hit 6. Celery banished up with the Bloodrite coming. Dive. It does successfully get him away, and he TPs out. Well, Lacoste.
No stun gaming. I mean,
Yep.
we have to say it. They have 2 abilities that cancel the TPs. Astral Imprisonment and Disruption, but one was already used and the other one was not close.
A little bit unfortunate for them. DM with pipe queued up. Might have to shift that into Rod of Atos like you were kind of hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have too much magical damage anyway. Like Dark Willow, Phoenix, that's pretty much it. I'm a big fan of team fight items. Like Bloodseeker can build pretty much anything, but I don't think you need to rush the pipe here.
It doesn't feel like it's necessary.
Casual Cloak is fine on him. Like I would still prefer like Guardian Greaves instead of a pipe,
Is under attack.
where the heal does much more and you have a way of dispelling things.
Armor against Lifestealer, always super nice. Save starting to make up some stacks as down bottom lane. Actually, GPK getting jumped on. Sandy's Eclipse pops out Toby, but the OD is about to fall, surrounded by 4 Viking heroes. PA and Undying, not really near enough to stick around to make that fight worth it.
And check Aramis, like he is using Tranquil Boots, assembling and disassembling them. Now he stopped, like he had it for a very long time. This is something that Milan does quite a lot, where he does not want his Tranquil Boots to get cancelled, get the most value out of it.
A bit of a lane swap coming out now. Bloodseeker Undying is your bottom lane. And Toby returns with Aramis and Celery still here, looking for a team fight. This is all to create space and allow PA to actually get back to that triangle, close in on her Battle Fury, which is 1,000 gold away. Epikid looking for a pretty good timing, top of the net worth, and with a couple of stacks that's been made for him, can actually farm up with the blur.
Yeah, he's gonna be super happy about this game, how it's going. He has Iron Talon, couple of stacks. Like, this is something that PA really loves when there's not much action happening. Like, look at Lifestealer. He doesn't put pressure on a PA at all. You have a mid-morphling, so he also wants to farm up his items.
He'll infest the catapult. He'll try to anyway. They're gonna try and kill it off. He'll get towards the melee creep. Shad, away he goes. Aramis is here to maybe turn us around. And VP, they can't keep chasing him down. Lifestealer just wants to finish his armlet off, and they'll have to give him that. 3-1, 12 minutes in. We League of Legends now, boys.
OD farming nicely. I mean, we have to focus on the jungle heroes because they are doing the, you know, I would say the hypest thing in this game so far. 4 kills.
Scaling is so hype, Lacoste.
Yes, it is. Like, once they get that Aghanim Scepter, it's gonna be very hard for Viking to clearly go on one target, because you have Disruption, and look at Save. Like, he doesn't even put points in Soul Catcher.
Yeah, maxing out Poison.
And 2 points in Disruption. Yeah.
Taking out some jungle camps of his own. We saw DM for a second. Just annoying Toby. Magnus doesn't really feel comfortable going into lane. It looks like he's heading into the Blink Dagger to try and get some of these surprise Blink RPs in this early game. What do you think the thought process is you know, deciding whether you want to go Arcane's Mech or if you want to go, you know, Arcane's Blink like this?
Because they lack initiation. They can't start a fight. They have 2 stuns. Well, I mean, Viking's also very limited on stuns. You have Cursed Crown, which you need to be very close, so it's hard to execute. With the Blink Dagger, you can go for just a skewer play. You don't necessarily need to initiate with an RP.
And I guess then if you catch the OD or the Shadow Demon, you're removing one of the save abilities from them. Oh, Ilias gets away from the Brambles. Boom and Aramis still trying to chase him down. They spot out the large stack there as well from them. And DM just walks it away.
Viking should be worried how this game is developing, because Phantom Assassin is completely free farming. Same goes for OD. Just finished her Battle Fury 13 minutes in. There's a big juicy stack of Ancients, so she can farm that with Blur pretty easily.
And OD has Aghanims. He's a gold away from it. So they're going to have all these saves for the PA. While Lifestealer Armlet, yeah, sure it's there. Dragon Lance for the Morphlings coming soon. Some pretty good early game items, as it looks like Toby's clearing through a stack of his own back in the Dire Triangle, getting towards that Blink Dagger. I'm not sure if he can or if he wants to take the Ancients. would be a nice burst of gold for him, but
You
ideally...
leave it for Morphling or a Life Stealer.
Exactly. Shad's actually feeling the brunt of the PA's damage already. Lifestealer has Infested Armlet, turns around and whacks into Epikid. Ilias is here to soul rip and keep that PA nice and healthy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Spam picking onto Shad though, just don't let him stay in this lane. He's got half HP, we can keep that pressure on if we just bring another hero up top, but it doesn't look like VP really want to.
Still 4 heroes, still 4 only kills, Gary.
Oh, but Bounty runes are spawning, Lacoste. Oh, the bounties are coming. Shad, he's gonna get one. Oh, the bounty!
Radiant's
That's
middle
it.
tower is under attack.
What a play!
And back to farming. So Boom decides to go for a Dragonlance. Pretty standard stuff, I would say. They also have the opportunity to... This game drags to get the Aghanim Scepter, turn into Dark Willow. That would be pretty dope.
Radiant's
And get
top
those
tower
nice Shadow
is
Realm like
under
rocket launcher attacks going for you.
attack.
Mid lane
Dire's
catapult
middle
in onto the Dire Tier 1. Oh, the tombstone's dropped from Ilias. What a monumental statement of intent from him. Quick little banish from GPK. Try and make sure Boom doesn't get any free moves to defend this tower. Also, oh
got
shit,
it.
that is some big damage. GPK slays him now. Demonic Purge onto Shad. Toby, do you have Blink? It's coming on Courier, right? Yeah, he's got Blink and he's got RP. He's ready to jump in. Dodges the blood, right? DM's going to find him, though, and then get the Decay to cancel any Blink play. Tier 1 tower drops down in the mid lane, and Virtus.PRO, they come in, sweep through, get a kill on a massive core hero, get a tower. It's all smooth
That's
sailing.
it. Monumental statement when he used that tombstone. Like, I was just, I'll ignore that, but it was a pretty good one, you know. It was pretty stupid. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
you rub off on
Shad
me,
will-
Lacoste.
Yeah. Shad will farm up those big ancient stacks. The Cursed Crown will connect to help out with the farming. Armlet into AC just to buff up the team with some armor against the Phantom Assassin. PA has a BKB queued up. Might still swap things around, see how it's gonna develop. If they get, let's say, a kill or two, can easily transition that into
Dire's
Roche.
top tower is under attack.
Dark Willow has Yule Scepter coming out to her now, so position 4 heroes also scaling pretty nicely, with Save having an Ether Lens on the other side. And Virtus.PRO drawing a big old circle around that top jungle, get into the area of the map where they can control Roshan, control a bit of the farming areas that maybe Viking would love
Radiant's
to
bottom
utilize
tower
themselves.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Dark Willow up top, Shadow Realm, and a smoke, you know, just chilling.
He misclicked.
Was he trying to Yules, I guess? I don't know.
Dire's
We'll never know.
is under attack.
Yule's in
Who have they
Bramble.
banished? They've caught someone in disruption, but Bloodright comes too slow. Now the Tombstone forces the Supernova. They're just going to punch it down. It's a level 1 Supernova. Down it goes. The RP
RP
lands. They do
LP.
catch GPK. In comes the Morphling, but he's been saved up by his own Astral. Epileptic Kid gets a double kill now as Iris falls. Boom. He's into PA mode, and they've killed GPK, but this PA is slicing through them all. A triple for Epi. He's going to get an Ultra now. Oh, no. Save. You've stolen that from him. Chasing Boom, though. Waveform's ready. Back behind the tier 2. But disaster for Viking as they really wanted to force that fight around the egg.
They wanted to go on OD because he used the astral charges. Sorry, the Shadow Demon used the disruption to start on the Phoenix, and they wanted to just take him out. But there's still not enough damage. Like OD with triple null talismans, power treads, and Ags has 2000 HP. Pretty hard to take down. Like this one's gonna look really rough for Viking, I would say. I don't think they achieved as much as they should have in the first like 10-15 minutes. And
Yeah.
this is the big change. Like I talked about the Aghanim Scepter on the Morphling. He says like, screw it, man. I just need that, and then I'll turn into Dark Willow. Maybe that's the way we're gonna come back into the game.
Yeah, you're right. Forget the Aghanim Scepter. Forget the Ethereal Blade, sorry. But Epikid has BKB with a Battle Fury. 19 minutes in, this PA is seemingly really an unstoppable force in this game.
Yeah, she's also just hit level 15, so the blink cast range talent, it's gotta be so much easier to go for the targets, especially if they can delete one guy, and then the chase potential is really there. Now they're gonna go into Roche Pit. Mag, still no RP for 25 seconds.
We've even got Glimmer Cape on Ilias here. Throwing Tombstone into the pit, tanking up into Roshan. 15 seconds for RP. Toby, oh, the jump in. Celery forced to dive away. Does have that Supernova to toy around with as Roshan drops to about 2/3 of his health. Slaughter, oh, not
Bramble.
Slaughter, Shad. Oh, good blood right.
Shad needs to be careful.
They've ruptured Lifestealer and he's got to rage and run to the high ground. He's pretty tanky. The rest of his squad just holding on to that staircase.
No Tombstone, they know RP is back up, so back to farming. But they will still stick around to see if Viking wants to go in and try to finish it off.
Yeah, we do have that pipe into Lotus Orb from DM. A super tanky Bloodseeker. All of these core heroes, they've got the triple save from OD, and the Shadow Demon, and the Soul Rip from Undying, and the Glimmer Cape, plus OD, PA, and Bloodseeker are so incredibly tanky. Holding on to 1 charges here as 15 on the PA, 20 on the Bloodseeker. Back into the Roche Pit they go. Bramble Maze to try and poke inside, see what's happening. And Roshan does drop slower and slower down to low HP, and they've got a catch
Aggressive
here.
Astral into Bloodright.
Astral
Not
into
gonna connect.
Bloodright. Oh,
RP only
nice.
1.
Oh, catches only 1. The Sanity Eclipse gets dropped on them. Lifestealer trying to turn and fight, but this is all doom and gloom for Viking. 2 heroes already blown up, and Shad shredded. A triple kill for GPK this time as they go running forward for more. And they won't find Aramis, and boom, he's made his escape, but it's a free Roshan now for Virtus.PRO. 11-2 and a 6k lead.
And you can see GPK, like, this fight is done. I'm just gonna TP to the bottom lane, take the XP, take the gold. Our Phantom Assassin will finish off Deso in 1,000 gold, and this is our time. Like, it's really hard for Mag to land a good RP in this type of games where he needs to go first, because he doesn't have that hero. Like, you have a dual core, Lifestealer and Morphling, so like Morphling can't just start off a fight. They have no real saves. There is Terrorize, but it's hard to execute. Like, these 3 saves from Shadow Demon and 2 Astral Charges just make Vikings whatever they want to go onto, like whatever kind of a play they want to make, kind of nullified if the positioning from Virtus.PRO members is okay.
Yeah, and the fact that, like, theoretically here, Viking, they want to get a Blink RP with a Supernova and Dark Willow spells, but I think one of the primary things is that Lifesteal also wants to go and stick on one of those targets. You know, empowered up, he wants to get on top of someone. Save just Demonic Purges the Lifestealer, and Shad can't do a bloody thing, like he's probably about to do here. Disruption with the Bloodright, the timing not quite right. Shad still gets purged up and slowed down with Epi Kid there, trying to crit him down. Shad drops low but infests inside Toby. They don't have RP, but they can skewer him away, while DM and Epi Kid keep chasing, looking to bait Viking into a continuation of this fight. Viking
Let's see the power of Morphling Aghanim Scepter with the Dark Willow on the same team.
Does he turn
Also,
into Dark Willow or OD?
Yeah, that's actually really good. Like, he can turn into OD as well, but I think he made it, you know, so he can target allied heroes and get the Dark Willow form.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, get that Shadow Realm. And maybe in a dire situation, he can get Lifestealer's Rage as well. Well, some decent options for him. Smoke up from Viking now. Again, trying to get
Aramis
something going.
Collect by that silence.
And if that dagger hit, that's probably a jump coming his way.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Good little
attack.
Yules, though. Keeps him out of danger.
And I love
Back
that
up top.
Shadow Demon maxed out Disruption, just to lower the cooldown on it.
Shadow Amulet to hide in behind. Like, look at this layering they've got. OD can save whoever's on the front lines. Shadow Demon can save him or him. Nice little triangle of saving potential from VP. Ilias is even far forward here, making sure that the PA and the Bloodseeker could take down that tier 2 with ease.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And this pipe from Bloodseeker, the pipe rush, any kind of magical damage they want to deal, it's not gonna be there. Like, he's completely nullifying the damage coming out from Dark Willow, Phoenix.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This might not be the hottest game to watch, but the execution from Virtus.PRO is really top notch. Like, they understand the timings, what they need to go for, heavily focusing on the lane.
And this move, this smoke, kind of unexpected from Viking. They're either going to find Shad as he moves up to triangle, or the rest of the team as they move back to defend the mid-tier 2. Viking very, very intelligently not falling for the trap, though. I don't know if they caught a glimpse of this, but they seem to be very aware that something isn't quite right with the way the map is right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Undying. Crown, Yules, Brambles fall. Shadow
There
Realm.
it is.
There's the hits from Morphling, but the disruption saves him. And in jumps Epikid, slaying that Dark Willow easily.
And now they want to get the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane. Phantom Assassin can pretty much solo kill it.
Yeah, still has Aegis for 45 seconds. Not under any pressure whatsoever.
Dire's bottom tower
Toby
has
and
fallen.
Boom. They're being pinged out. Shadow Demon and the OD, they want to try and make a jump here. Oh, GPK might just find him. Toby, he's walked into the wrong neck of the woods. Disruption into a few hits from the OD, and Toby astraled up, while elsewhere, it looks like we're also finding catches with the PA. GPK does take down Toby, and Epikid has killed off Celery.
Like, the late game belongs to Virtus.PRO. You have this massive OD, Phantom Assassin is out of control. She wants to get to Scotty to remove the portion of the lifesteal, the healing, which is great against both Morphling and the lifestealer. Aegis reclaimed, but they're still not stopping. This should be a free tier 2 tower for them.
Dire's
I thought you were going to say a free lane of barracks there for a second. They've got a catapult and a level 20 Phantom Assassin. Oh, they see Shad. Lifestealer, got to be careful with where you're moving. Bloodright, trying to scout out and clip anyone.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Boom buying MKB. Shad shifting towards Abyssal Blade.
Tower has fallen.
Tier 2 down.
Radiant are scanning.
And Virtus.PRO want to try and move into mid now, just claiming all of these outer towers. A good little wave cut coming through from Aris, though, making sure that he can push that lane out, stop any more influence the VP has on the map. Titan Sliver for PA, are you kidding?
What does OD even want for neutral item? Possibly, like, spider legs?
For a tier 3?
Dire's bottom tower.
Enchanted Quiver?
Quiver is nice, but, like, you're more of a save than
A right clicker.
damage dealer. Right now, he's holding onto Fairy Fire. And puts that Quiver in. Okay, getting very close to Hex. I think this is the timing that they're looking for. Second Roche plus Hex on OD and the Phantom Assassin with the Scotty.
Whew. Yeah, then like a Vlad's on the Undying is going to come soon. They've got that Lotus Orb on the Bloodseeker, so they've got just infinite amounts of layers of saves. Actually ridiculous the way the Viking just physically cannot initiate onto anybody. Holding back behind their tier 2 mid lane, Viking have to make a move. If they, you said it, late game belongs to VP. The longer you wait here as Viking, the worse it's going to get. This 11k lead is only going to keep growing and flourishing for Virtus.PRO. At this point, you catch someone, you kill them, it's a win. It doesn't matter who it is. Just get out there and cast your spells.
If Viking does not contest the next Roche, I think they are putting themselves in a really bad spot for 5 minutes. You know, there's still a counterplay when they're sieging the high ground, the Blink Skewer into tier 4 towers, the Bramble Maze. It's still there, but you know, you need to be very careful about whether you want or not let them get that Aegis plus G. Here comes the jump.
Onto Toby, they force the Skewer back. He pops the Essence Ring, Morphling waveforms back towards his tier 3 tower. Bloodright looks pretty good to zone them away, and the Infest play into that creep allows Lifestealer to dodge. And that Yules into Cursed Crown doesn't work out, yeah.
Also, the Lotus Orb from DM is just gonna work miracles. Like, if you're ever playing against the Dark Willow, like, this is the item to buy.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And this map getting awfully closed in and awfully dark for Viking. Aramis doesn't have any observer wards on him. Celery does have one. I just don't know where they can actually move to place them. Like, it feels like they've got to do some like really long, weird smoke to come in behind Roshan like that.
Map is just getting smaller for Viking. They might go for this backstab play where they try to take out one of the supports, but I don't think OD and Shadow Demon will be just grouped around each other. Like, this is something they need to be careful about.
Oh my god, Celery getting cleaved by that PA through the ancient camp. That is some real spooky stuff for the Phoenix. Like, even when PA walks alone up to your ancients and you have like literally 5 heroes surrounding him, they don't make a play.
Now with the Morph having MKB plus Empower, that's gonna be quite a lot of damage.
Go time. Smoke time. Cast your spells time.
They don't know, because they don't know when the Roche is gonna respawn. It's a pretty long respawn timer.
Oh,
Smoke.
It breaks on Toby.
Pop.
They
Yeah,
see him. They
Toby knows.
smoke themselves.
Under attack.
VP, they're getting ready to make the move forward. Morphling turns into that Dark Willow. Phoenix and Dark Willow are far off to the left-hand side. Undying is Glimmer caped up here, and they're trying to cancel the blink, so Toby can't initiate. Waveform, Skewer, run away. They need to escape. Where's Lifestealer?
Under attack.
Is he infested inside Toby? He sure is.
He's
Well-
just chilling inside of Magnus.
Radiant are
Cool.
scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, good Shadow Realm. Dodge away. That could have been a crit there. He saw the PA. Oh, Celery forced to Supernova. Bloodred comes the solo RP. In they go onto the PA, but Epic
He's
Kid just
completely
isn't
fine.
taking a single point of damage. He is literally full HP. The PA doesn't give a damn. And GPK's there with a big old slam. Toby's gone. Boom kills an Observer Ward. That's the one kill they'll get in this fight, because Shad is falling incredibly quickly. They've got Soul Rips and Essence Rings, Glimmer Caves and Saves from Disruptions and Astrals. Boom is falling. 3 heroes down from Viking. And Virtus.PRO are just steamrolling through this game.
Boom will manage to TP out. No stuns available. All the abilities pretty much on cooldown. And that's it. They lost 4 heroes. Should be quick. Not so quick, but easy Roche. Is Phantom Assassin attacking? Yes, she is. Can't even see her considering how big Undying is. So should be really quick, actually. It's very hard for Viking to choose the target, because, you know, you have this thing in your head where you're thinking, if I go on him, he's gonna get disrupted. If I go on the other guy, he's just gonna get Astral Imprison on him. So pretty tough, you know, decision making from Viking that they need to make. Like, how do we approach this fight?
Like, did they do any damage to the PA?
I feel like no damage was done.
It's like Epic Kid was just fully, like, got RP'd under Supernova, full HP the entire fight.
Yeah.
Now has cheese.
You see, they didn't even give Phantom Assassin Aegis this time. OD is the one who's holding it.
1,600 crits from the PA flying out now. Well, Viking not giving up just yet. Holding on for hope, dear hope. As this Boom Morphling, he is scaling. 15,000 net worth on him and Lifestealer. MKB moving into Skadi next. Potential ways.
In terms of numbers, like, okay, OD's in, and someone's gonna be out.
Yeah, they're trying to blow up Shad, but Epic Kid is the one that needs to get the final touch, skewering back to the tier 4s, but Epic Kid just doesn't really care. A 1,600 crit again is there onto Toby. TP's flying through as well. It's Boom nearly blown up by the OD, the Supernova focused down by DM and Epi, and they've got the Astral finding the Boom Morphling. An ultra kill for Epic Kid, and the Rampage is coming for the PA. They give it to her, and the GG comes straight on after.
Yeah, man, Virtus.PRO is just that good of a team where they can pick 0 stuns and win a game. Like, maybe Vikings should have gone for a different mid, someone that, you know, just plays a bit faster Dota, because they were giving free farm to Phantom Assassin. They also wanted to farm, but Phantom Assassin's like, sure thing, I'll just buy a Battle Fury, continue farming, we'll get to the team fight items, rush Aghanim Scepter on OD, so you don't have the clear target to go for.
OGA Dotapit Season 4, Lacoste, Game 1. I think we just leave that settling in the dust and we don't talk about it too much because Viking, they had some serious struggles.
Oh yeah, the last, I'd say 5, 6, 7 games, Viking were struggling. This is not something that we usually see. They had their ups and downs, of course, but most of the time they seem pretty stable as a team. Maybe they're just, done with the patch. And the Steam was down also, so we need to maybe finish this series before the patch arrives.
Yeah. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? A little bit worried that we wouldn't be able to get everyone into the lobby as the Steam coordinator did have a little bit of a hiccup, but we are here with draft in front of us. And it's, worth pointing out. It's a good little mention you make there. The last couple of series, Viking have lost 2-0 to VP, 3-0 to OG, 2-1 to Nigma, and now 1-0 down to Virtus.PRO here in this best of 3. It has been an uphill climb for them. Is there something draft-wise you think that they need to kind of remedy?
I think they're kind of picking the same heroes that they are usually playing. They tried this new stuff, another core from mid, something that they usually don't play most of the time. It's like Shadowfiend, Leshrac. I mean, Shadowfiend can be considered as a core, but he's not a Morphling mid where he doesn't do that much. Like with Shadowfiend, you can make some moves, especially if you go for Yule Scepter build. It's not a Dragon Knight, Doom mid, something that they maybe need to fall back to. I really loved their gameplay when they have a Doom, just give it to Boom.
Venge?
And he fought. Venge is available, yeah. But pretty sure, most of the teams don't let Viking pick Vengeful Spirit because they play really well with it. Maybe Vikings why are they letting us Vengeful Spirit? Do they have something prepared? And considering how strong of Virtus.PRO looked during the Epic League, maybe they're we shouldn't go for it. I don't know. I just don't know what the thought process here is for Viking.
Yeah, what the team mentality is as well. Are they confident with it still? Because I think that's what Virtus.PRO were kind of contemplating there. Banning the Enchantress, yes, okay, you're kind of focusing Celery's best hero, but one of the best strategies for Viking is definitely still around that Venge with the Drow or the Medusa. But they've left it out there. Slardar first pick, going to be grabbed up by Toby. Something that was banned out second stage last time, and definitely a hero that can pressure those melee cores.
And Virtus.PRO's most played Faceless Void is in the pool, but they go with Phantom Assassin. I think Slardar Phantom Assassin is more broken than Phantom Assassin Mag. So Faceless Void picked up by Slardar. You talked about how Faceless Void is a natural MKB carrier against the Phantom Assassin.
There's the PA Mag.
Right.
Okie dokie. So I guess Venge Medusa and stuff like that's kind of out the window now.
Maybe it would have been a good pick if Phantom Assassin was banned out by one of these teams. So Virtus.PRO wouldn't think about it too much. They wouldn't necessarily need to go for Phantom Assassin, and they could have gotten sure we'll get either Venge or we'll get Faceless Void.
I think Viking here have definitely still got to be careful with this whole Dark Willow Crystal Maiden situation.
Yes.
We talked in that game 1. Yes, they banned the Undying here now, but if you let them have the PA Maiden, you're just under so much pressure. And even with the Slardar lane.
You also know that Virtus.PRO will play that Magnus as position 3.
5 seconds.
So you need to start banning out position 5s, possibly some off-laners.
And maybe get rid of some of the pos 4 heroes from Save as well. Out goes Storm. So a bit of focus from VP towards Boom as another change that you were kind of looking for as well. One of those more active initiation kind of mid heroes. And not the straight up carry.
5 seconds remaining.
You just have so many options when you start out with PA Magnus and you're looking already at 2 core heroes from Viking. You know the lane matchups and what they're going to be.
There's still this Crystal Maiden that just says, you know, we dominate the lanes with it, and yeah, they ban it out because they play so well. Like the first two waves, what Crystal Maiden does, I've seen a lot of Virtus.PRO games where Crystal Maiden just uses Crystal Nova. If you can on 2 heroes, keep harassing, have a clarity, 3 mangoes, keep spamming it. So like Phantom Assassin gets the free lane for herself.
Yeah, secure range creep for her, push the wave, play aggressive. So you say Magnus probably going to be in the hands of DM?
Yes.
I'm just wondering with like, you know, Mars out there, for example, could they put Magnus in the position 5? Or is that just not like a VP thing to do?
It doesn't sound like a VP, and DM just loves to play the Magnus as well.
I guess there's a couple of builds you can go for. You can, if you got that position 4 that can get the 1v1, you can go the Empower build, or you can go that Shockwave Skewer, try and get a bit more magic damage going early on. Yeah, look at that focus. And Storm. Get rid of that early tempo from the mid lane that Boom definitely brings to the team.
It's also the spell against the Empower, something that we don't mention that much. When you have Magnus on the team, like your carry, if he gets dispelled and you kill Magnus, there's gonna be so much less damage coming out from that carry.
Yeah, and then like later on, Cataclysm into Chrono is a really nice combination with Invoke a Void. So double-headed.
10 seconds.
2 birds with one stone in that ban from VP.
5 seconds remaining.
Still plenty of ways to go though. Celery's hero pool looks like a kind of Phoenix-y game for him again. This time, yeah, there it is. Banned out.
One hero that they like to pair up with these two is most of the time with Crystal Maiden, if possible, but Skywrath Mage, something that Faceless Void does not like to play into.
10 seconds remaining.
I got a ton of options. There's even things like Kunkka, something that can negate the Chrono to some extent with Torrent and Boat. X-Mark really good against these maneuverable Slardar and Void kind of heroes who will have blinks and time walks to jump around fights. Maybe something to consider, 4th pick, maybe later on though.
DP would be such a great pick for Viking. With Slardar, like those ghosts are just gonna eat you alive, damage inside the Chronosphere. Just feels like a really, really solid pick.
And they don't miss, right?
Yeah, they completely ignore evasion. So they go with save special. The position 4 Wind Ranger.
She's angry. Look at her face.
It's like 2 a.m. in here. We just want to end this 2-0 and go to bed.
Why am I in this game? What? No, but seriously, why is she so angry?
I don't know.
5 seconds remaining.
No, never seen her this angry. Maybe she knows that in the next patch she will not be buffed.
Oh, maybe that's right. Well, there's your 4 and 5. You were right. DM is going to be that Magnus in the position 3. Snapfire for Viking. Is that going to be a Boom mid Snapfire? Or is it the 5 for Celery? Because I feel like Viking play more of the 5 Snap.
You can pick your mid laner right now if Snapfire is not mid.
5 seconds.
Because you do not have last pick. What else is in the pool?
Give me the Queen of Pain. Give me the good old Boom Queen of Pain and just go run around slaying everybody.
Just feels really weak. Like I saw 1 or 2 Queen of Pain games lately, and you can see that she's not as strong as like other heroes that she needs to play against. Like the mid lane, she's still good in the laning stage, but falls off quickly.
Yeah, and Ember Spirit is going to give you all of that magic damage and the gap close, but also the easy escapes. As the stuns from VP, not really consistent. They've got long projectile travel times with Shackler Shot and the cast from Witch Doctor. RP has a decent cast time. So Ember Spirit should be able to remnant out of most of these initiations.
So what the Viking is looking for is position 4. Earth Spirit is still available. Let me see what they pair up. This Slardar when they play with him. There's
That's a good point.
Rubik. Rubik is available. Wouldn't see too bad.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, it'll be pretty good. I mean, there's no Io, there's no Lina. Those are the natural pairings with the Slardar most often. Mirana, potentially out there for them.
Yeah, Mirana sounds okay. Like the Ember Spirit chains is gonna always be potent, and the same goes for the Chronosphere.
And then mid lane for VP,
5 seconds.
up against Ember Spirit. What are we looking for?
Virtus.PRO's turn
I'm
to
still
battle.
just begging for Necrophos to come back. Oh, there goes
that
the
Mirana.
Yeah. It just seems like, VP really have got a very good read on what Viking want to be picking and what they need in these games.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think every single ban here from Virtus.PRO is very pointed, very conscious decisions to make sure that Viking don't get the draft they want.
Someone played Necro the other day. Like I saw Alliance playing Necro, looked really good. They lost that game, but it was not so much about Necro. They got I believe the spell, so could be potentially a good pick for Virtus.PRO. They know it's this Ember Spirit on the mid lane, and Necro just, I wouldn't say dumpster him, but 65-35 in my opinion.
Yeah, it's still a really good lane for that Necro.
Virtus.PRO's turn to
Like, we used to see it be, Shadow Shaman for Viking, and VP coming out with a Viper.
your heroes.
That's going to be hard for the Ember Spirit. GPK Viper for them. And Aramis, yeah, playing the Shadow Shaman. Not too much in this Rasta boy that we see. Interesting math.
Popped up a couple of times. OG picked it once or twice, and it got banned a couple of times against them. This is what I remember. Still, I think also Navi played it. Kind of rising in popularity lately. Doesn't matter because we're gonna have a new patch, so. I think they have good team fight on Viking. Good Roche taking potential. Just like Slardar and Shadow Shaman can solo take the Roche with the snakes and the Slardar ulti. So you should be aware of that. Like team fight wise, Virtus.PRO once again a bit slow, where they need time to grow with the Phantom Assassin and Mag. This time around it will be a different item build from Phantom Assassin, of course, not going for that Battle Fury since she's paired up with the Mag. So Mom Deso, maybe not Mom, like maybe he'll skip Mask of Madness because he's playing into Slardar. So getting a minus armor on top of that could be a bit tricky.
So back to the Shadow Shaman, like, okay, you're going to have some decent laning here with Ether Shock, great control through Hex and the Shackles. But looking at these heroes, you can't ward trap anyone, really. There's Skewer, there's Phantom Strike, there's Windrun, there's ways to get away from the Serpent wards, and pretty decent ways for VP just to retreat and reset a fight elsewhere when Serpent wards are dropped.
Sure, but there's a ton of damage you can deal with just ward. With the inside the Chronosphere, nothing if you put them inside, but they need to be placed outside of Chronosphere. Chains, it's gonna be chaotic, I would say. Shadow Shaman drops the wards. I think this game is gonna be on how good of initiation can Viking get. Like, they have good hero to just try to make stuff happen, create a bit of a chaos with the Ember Spirit. Slardar, once he gets a Blink Dagger, I think it's gonna be much easier game for Viking than what they had in game number 1.
Yeah, a little more straightforward for them. Well, save. Wind Ranger with Blightstone up on that top lane with the DM Magnus. Big Kid down here with the PA and the Witch Doctor for Ilias. Going to be against the Viking dual lane of Toby and Aramis, the Slardar and the Shadow Shaman. Looks like Celery's down here as well, just to safeguard some of these bounty runes. And of course, Viper against the Ember Spirit mid, as GPK takes on Boom. And Shad, the final one up at top on that Faceless Void, gets himself a sentry down to block the large camp early on. Try and stop any of the nonsense up there.
Look at my boy Shadow Shaman. He's the frog himself. Like, this could imply something.
Well, because he's got the big green sticky tongue and the frog face.
Yeah. Like, maybe
runes.
Aramis is the ice frog.
He knows
Or
what's coming
that
up
means
next.
We'll get some buffs.
Dad, I'd shoot you again.
Does the little patch dance. Gets himself ready for tomorrow. Can't believe
Shadow
it's-
Shaman was so unusable before that we had to give him like 20 extra starting damage just to feel better.
Yeah, 78. Oh, jeez. He's got actually 80 max damage. The 73 to 80 spread.
Snatched from your grasp.
Oh, let's start their lane off very simply. Epikid just drags the wave back into his range creep, trying to get that deny on it early on. And up top, we see DM shockwaving early on to get his own range creep. And this Wind Ranger with Blightstone. And Faceless Void, the one thing he really hates to play against is that little, tickles of damage over time. And Wind Ranger, very good at doing that.
Yeah, especially with the Blightstone, just the lower is the armor. But back to the bottom lane, Witch Doctor scaling Voodoo Restoration level 1. Once again, the secure Phantom Assassin's lane.
Giving Toby the punches. Man, boom. We've already seen him drop to like 100 HP. He's spamming out tangos as best he can. This lane for GPK seems super simple. Just right click and spam spells onto boom. Break through that flame guard if you can. And he's got the magic damage to do it. Running out of mana though for GPK. As down bottom, there's pressure onto
That's the
Ilias
first
and
blood on
Toby.
mid.
And first blood is mid lane. Yeah, the Fairy Fire's there. One more hit. GPK gets it. Takes down the Ember Spirit.
With the poison.
Like, because he brought that extra 2 mangoes, it allowed him to play this aggressively.
What does Ember do now? Because, I wanted the Necro, and it feels like a similar thing here, where Viper is just dominating this lane. And Ember Spirits against Necro, they used to kind of play between tier 2 and tier 3 to cut the wave.
Yeah, this is something that the Viper really does well, just completely dominates the lane, and Virtus.PRO is heavily focusing on that. So Ember Spirit probably needs the jungle. If Viper pushes out the lane, then he can show up on mid, otherwise it's gonna be really tough, especially now with the bottle pickup from GPK.
Yeah, boom. Oh dear. The hits just keep on coming. And then down towards bottom, it looks like Viking have cleared out that big wave that arrived on their tower. There's another one here. Ilias not doing any pulling or stacking or anything, just continuing to play under the Dire tier 1. Trying to keep the pressure on Toby and Aramis. Well, this large camp now, right? Yeah. Ilias going to try and drag it back. Well, actually, Epikid plays forward, making sure that Shadow Shaman doesn't get any free
Top
contest
lane,
on it, while
DM.
DM dropping their celery with a cookie.
That kill, like that's a core Magnus, and position 5 Celery
Radiant's top tower
gets the kill, gets level 3. Now they can start playing more aggressively.
Shackles on bottom. Toby's there with the bashes and the crush, and they've got the Ether Shock. Ilias down. Well, that leaves Epikid all alone here. That's the Phantom Strike back to his creep wave.
Aramis also had 10 magic stick charges, he uses it straight away just to replenish mana, because all his spells are pretty costly. Like this Shackles effect is so good, this is probably one of the best ones in the game.
Yeah, and it's level 2, he's maxing it out for now. A play forward with a Maledict and the Cask. Ilias. Oh, there's Shackles there, look at that. The long sticky tongue of Aramis catching him out. Toby's still getting dived a bit there, but he pops the Fairy Fire and he'll be fine. That's some good damage from VP. Or mid lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think that's not a frog, that's a chameleon, right?
Yeah. Very true.
That makes sense.
I mean, it could be a frog as well. I think there's some frogs with those sticky tongues. Does it have a name? Lash of the Lizardkin.
So lizard, yeah. That it's a chameleon, right?
Yeah. Get that sticky tongue to catch some flies.
Dire's
Ember
middle
Spirit.
tower is under
Just
attack.
hiding in the
He
trees.
can't
Look at him.
show.
He can't do anything.
Dire's structure
Might show and just TP out. Like, this is it, because GPK has a haste rune, just needs 1 CS to get level 6.
Oh, boom. Jukes him around the trees. Down bottom lane, though, Aramis do find the kill on Ilias there and trying to deny himself to neutrals, but that dagger from Epi Kid secures the deal. The bounty runes all spawning up. Save in onto the Grandma top lane. Cookie to the high ground. Celery's out of there, while Boom dies to GPK mid lane. Everywhere there's action as the bounty runes spawn and are being grabbed up.
And he steals the bounty rune
Dire are scanning.
from them. Ooh, this one's tough. I said that they have Ember Spirit who can play aggressive, create chaos. It's gonna be a rough game for Ember considering the start that he's having. And now Wind Ranger even coming, so he TP's in, 1-1-1 build on Wind Ranger, the Shackle could just get a kill. I don't think Ember wants to come back to this lane.
He can't even
This should be a
TP.
freebie tower. Yeah, he can't TP.
Blightstone Wind Ranger hammering into the tower. New creep wave coming in to save the catapult as well. GPK just takes out that creep wave. So an easy tier 1. That's going to open up this map nicely. Oh, Boom still relegated to jungling.
Has fallen.
And now all of the pressure that you put on this bottom lane, like sure, Aramis and Toby, they're going to try and find Ilias again. Shackles up, move in with a bash and the crush. They should find the Witch Doctor quite simply.
Fortified.
There's no rotations coming. I thought maybe Viper and Wind Ranger would come down here, but they are killing Boom in the mid lane instead. Tragedy strikes for the 3rd time.
Dire's middle tower is under
Boom
attack.
tipping GPK. I mean, he has nothing better to do at the moment, just sitting in the fountain. So.
Shackles. And a bash. Toby's holding the crush for the very last second, but it means that Epi Kid gets the Phantom Strike out, and now GPK, the rotation in. Regen rune being held, and he'll just right-click into Aramis. GPK
Yeah,
dominating.
Pop the Regen rune, give 2 bottle charges to Phantom Assassin. Like, this feels such a good Viper game. He might actually not finish Road of Atos, might go for Boots of Travel, and it's more of a greedy build. Oh, Toby needs to be careful.
DM also needs to be careful up top. Skewers into the Roche pit. Does get away from that void and the Snapfire. And GPK back towards the mid lane. Dire Observer Ward sees... Radiant Observer Ward sees Boom, but Dire sees GPK coming in. So Ember Spirit will be able to dip. Still reasonably close looking at the kill score and the net worth. That's just the fact this Viper is not a hero you can contend with by any means.
And Shad strikes again. Hand of Midas queued up. Just wants to play for the late game. You know, get those levels on Faceless Void.
Seems like the best thing they can do.
Man really loves free gold, free experience.
He really does. Well, it looks like Epi Kid, Mask of Manus there with Empower level 3. Magnus moves into the mid lane, allows Epi Kid to farm jungle, and they've kept Viper down bottom, really alleviating a lot of that strength that Toby and Aramis were bringing down there. And Viper strike in onto the Slardar, and they're going to catch him with a cask. Hex and Shackles ready from Aramis, but Toby's already dead. And the rotation from Celery not going to really accomplish too much because the catapult wave's here.
And this is something that Virtus.PRO does really well. You know, they're just maximizing the amount of farm on the map. If you look at their ancient camp, they used 2 sentry wards to just de-ward. There was 1 sentry blocking the ancient camps just to get the stacks going.
Is Boom going to get RP'd here? Jump in from the PA. RP. Oh,
the second
fake
one,
pumped it
okay.
twice. Deary me. Well played by Boom, though. Does get himself out of that. It looked like a for sure death. And he's straight back in towards DM in the mid lane, but PA farming Dire Triangle at this point, while it looks like Celery's trying to stack at the same time.
Also save, just collecting XP on the top lane and stacking both ancient camp and the big camp. That's actually
Making a
full
move onto
Atos
Viper. They're going to catch the GPK. He's got Atos coming out, and he turns the fight into Toby. Down to half HP. The cookie comes, and the shackles are there, but Toby's dying, dropping so fast.
Tanky.
He pops the wand, and GPK, he's level 9, and he is super tanky. Now the chrono, though. Toby's caught up inside this. Boom's arrived, and GPK does get the finish onto Celery. The Snapfire's down with bashes from Shad. Secure the 6x kill streak, and GPK finally dropping and paying for his sins.
They had to rotate 5 heroes to kill GPK. Use a Chronosphere on top of that. Meanwhile, Phantom Assassin just farming the stacks that Viking made.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, in PA land, what's she got coming?
That's not even her land. She invaded.
Oh, it's hers now.
Radiant's bottom tower
Places her flag down in it.
He
Shockwave onto the
usurper.
maledicted Shadow Shaman. Trying to run away, and they've also got the Shackle catching Shad. GPK finishes him off. Toby slowed down, but sprinting. Ilias can't catch up. He throws the Death Ward in, but oh, not enough damage to finish off Toby. He still had 6-1 charges anyway. Optimistic attempt. Sure. Power shot. A good crack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Viking, though, fighting back.
How's Boom doing? Like, he's recovering slowly. Vord dropped with the catapult. Snapfire is level 6. They need to bring numbers. Like they need 3-4 heroes to actually defend this Aramis. He's
Change
low
there
on
onto
mana.
GPK, onto Epi Kid. And jump straight onto Celery. Try to cookie away, but that Maledict is going to bust through all of the HP remaining. They get the tier 1 and they TP Shadow Shaman out, though. Seems
I mean,
pretty
not too
worth.
bad. Position 5 for a tier 1 tower on mid.
Dire's structures
Shad just completed his Hand of Midas. Just needs to
Radiant's
deliver the
structures are
recipe.
fortified.
But bottom lane, GPK is going to get another tower for himself. Throwing Nether Toxin onto the tower before the creep wave even comes.
Dire's bottom tower.
Not sticking around. Looks like he wants to try and take that large stack as well. Not looking awful for Viking, though. They've still got opportunities here with Chrono back up in 30. Snapfire's level 6 now, so the Mortimer's Kisses... You don't even really need the Chrono for it, right? Because you got Shadow Shaman with Shackles.
Yes, you do. And every single time I see PA farming the ancient stacks, like she has Empower, and then Magnus also gets quite a lot of farm. Like he's same farmed as the enemy offlaner.
Yeah, that's Slardar, who's meant to be this kind of lane dominator and getting a good early start and lead. Shadow Shaman wrapping behind and helped out by the Chrono. Snapfire launches the kisses onto GPK, and they've brought numbers in again to slay the Viper. The big dragon down, but the trade-off is there. Shad falls as the Death Ward secures the kill on Shadow Shaman. So the 2 for 1, and boom, he's got remnants. He's got a way out of here. Power shot off the mark. Save, again, giving it a good old try.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This should be the tower. They
And-
have no Chronosphere.
Celery.
Oh, Celery will get fine.
Yeah, the DD are in from DM. Let it go to Epi Kid.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And another secured tier 1 tower.
Lagging a bit, Gary, but
Oh dear.
probably because you said something stupid, so this was like, nah, not today.
I'm not even going to bother transmitting his garbage. Shut him up.
Or maybe I'm lagging, but you were pretty robotic to me. Let's check my ping, 40 ping. Seems okay. So I'll be just solo casting this one. Save on the bottom. Yeah, this Slaughter definitely not getting out of this one. Road of Atos plus Viper slowing him down. Should be more than enough. Ilias invading territory. Pretty deep,
Dire's top
but gets the
tower is
cask
under
plus
attack.
Maledict. Oh, Boom needs to be careful. Phantom Assassin. Oh, just a casual RP on your position 5. Faceless Void. Time Dilation. Needs the back. Oh, they're gonna go on him. Like, Blink Strike. He actually goes on Boom. Boom. Dropping fairly low. Epic Kid. Kind of low on armor, but the Death Ward. One more tick. It's all it needs. And he finishes him off with that dagger. Trapped with the wards. Like, Virtus.PRO right now. Just
Well, I can't heal the
completely
cost.
dominating the map.
We're having some problems.
What do you think about this, Gary? You have nothing to say, right? You are still disconnected. Viper, to go back to his item. Finishing Road of Atos, casual Arcane Boots, because he consumes so much mana. Now going back to the Lotus Orb.
Right.
Like, it's... yeah. Welcome back, Gary.
Thanks. Yeah, for some reason, one room in the same server is like no connection. The other room is like, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Deary me.
I mean, I just showed the world my play-by-play, so...
Sick.
For the next DPC season, a couple of casters should be afraid, because I'm that versatile. Just kidding, it was pretty garbage, but welcome back to the game. So, yeah. If you don't know what happened, Virtus.PRO, oh, Shad, not again.
What's he done?
He died.
Oh dear. Well, he's got the Iron Talon, Hand of Midas. He's farming creeps. Look it up there. A PA with 9,000 net worth, though. Mom, Deso. When is it Roche time for VP? It feels like they can literally just walk into the pit and do it while Chrono's potentially down. Oh, Shad's got it back up.
Scan, connect. So they think there's a bunch of them, but they're actually inside the pit. And here's your answer, Gary. I don't think they're gonna take this fight. Shad, like, look at the vision.
Yeah, the
from
Radiant
Virtus.PRO.
Observer wards all over the place. They see everything. Actually moving out of the Roche pit now.
Blink dagger on Slaughter, ready. Okay,
Smoke coming in.
Not heavily committing.
Attack.
Save on the high ground, pops the smoke, sees them all, initiation in, Toby blinks, gets the stun, the catch on Wind Ranger, but she's got Wind Run. Tries to sprint away, and now in comes the Skewer with an RP play. DM's there with the cleaves coming through, Epic Kid with a double kill. Mortimer's Kiss is landing from Snapfire, long range artillery, but GPK on a killing spree, and Viking just falling apart at the seams. 4 heroes for the price of 1, and now it's easy Roshan time.
Yeah, even if that fight was like close, Wind Ranger has a buyback, would gladly use it. GPK is just a monster on Viper at the moment.
Yeah, beastly performance from GPK. 10-2-0. Not a single assist. He's just like, all of the kills are mine. Disgusting Viper pickers. Boom. Phase drums back into the mid lane. He's pretty speedy. I don't know if he can run from the demons of Virtus.PRO as Roshan and Aegis grabbed up by the Phantom Assassin. And DM's also halfway towards Blink after Arcane's mech, 16 minutes in. Celery, I think they know he's up here. They saw him a second ago. GPK is trying to close him off at the pass. They won't find him. Hidden very well in the trees.
Cut the trees with, meanwhile, Epic Kid just casually deleting Aramis.
Absolutely removed. And Boom and Toby are still lurking around in the mid lane, maybe thinking about going on save. Just trying to cut waves instead. Celery's out of there from the top lane. And VP come back in, converging towards that tier 2. Dragon Scale for the Phantom Assassin, going to help burn through that tower's HP.
Dire's top tower is falling.
We'll take the outpost, go mid, take the tower. Phantom Assassin already on the bottom lane. Faceless Void needs to be careful.
He sure does.
Oh, if he shows, he's dead. Like, Wind Ranger has a good angle.
Shackle shot, not coming fast enough. They don't catch Shad. He's going to TP away. We still need to see this Chrono with Mortimer's Kisses. They're both ready. I would love to see Viking just try and put their foot down a little bit and say, hey, you come into our jungle, we are going to cast our ultis on you. They spot out the Snapfire. Shockwave connects. Keep the Dire Vision going as Rodovatos is there. Now, the big Chrono. 2 men caught inside with the Kisses landing. It's a good play from Viking. Holding onto their high ground, defending their base. And the mech and the heal. GPK finished off by Boom of the DD rune. Shad very low, burning down to the Maledicta, and he does tick out. The Shackle Shot catches 2 from save, and he power shots through for an Epic Kid monster kill. Toby slain by the Wind Ranger, and Boom, what's he gonna do? He's got a double damage rune, but he's got no teammates to play with.
Yeah, Magnus was forced to use mech there to keep them alive and did not have enough mana for no skewer, no RP. So that's why this fight seemed a bit closer. Wind Ranger, Cackle angle. Now he goes on Celery. That's an easy one.
Godlike PA 905. Epic Kid just run away with this. He's got himself.
They want to go more. Shackle dodged.
It's still going to jump him though. Remnant, Boom gets a little bit of distance. Epic Kid kind of desperate for this one if he can finish him off. The casual Sange on the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, could be. Just, you know, Heaven's Halberd could be just a casual Sange for extra HP, extra status resistance, and heal amplification that you have with Mask of Madness.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to buy BKB right now. I just want to tank up for when you do catch me in Chrono. A play towards the Witch Doctor, but a nice Maledict Skewer forces Remnant back.
Dire's bottom tower.
Even a Veil up on the Amber Spirit too. But he's got Flame Guard to tank himself up. And Viking, without Chrono for a minute, just doesn't feel like they have any real ways to kick off a fight.
Look at this smoke.
Where are they going?
Can connect.
They saw him.
They know he's there, so he's just gonna RP blindly.
Hell yeah. That's just destroyed Boom. Easy tier 2 for VP now if they want to. But look at Save. He's still smoked up and he's actually wrapped around quite deep. Hexed. Zapped by the Ether Shock. No follow-up from anybody. Viking very afraid of what's lurking over the high ground there.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Full BKB on Phantom Assassin. Kinda okay with the item build because Aegis will expire in less than a minute and you want to keep the pressure going so you don't have to worry about the Shadow Shaman. He goes in. Oh my god, he almost kills him. Dagger will do
He's
the
gonna
trick.
get jumped and power shotted.
Yeah.
Dire's middle
Easy peasy. It's just a lane of barracks. There's nothing there Viking can do. Like, yes, you've got Chrono, you've got Mortimer's Kisses. One more fight might just be all they have up their sleeve right now. Melee, Rax, falls. Shad, standing by his throne. Not even going to try and defend it. Waiting for VP to make another misstep.
Radiant's top tower.
I'll say another miss. Trying to make any misstep.
This is pretty clean executed game so far from Virtus.PRO. Not too many mistakes made. Like, where's this old gold coming from? That's a full BKB. Oh, Phantom Assassin Courier died once again. So she's not gonna have BKB for another 2 minutes.
Stuck with the Sanj. Here comes Viking.
Twice in a row.
They're going to try and raid the shores of Virtus.PRO. See if they can go pillage some high ground and triangles.
This is actually a good time for Viking to take a fight, because there's 4,000 gold on Phantom Assassin missing.
Pretty good spot to be in. But they won't find anybody. They come down into this Radiant jungle. VP have kind of moved up to the northern side of this mid lane. PA all blurred up, empowered as well. The Rod of Atos dodged out by Boom, and now the Kisses with the Chrono landing on GPK. He's tanky, but he can't withstand that kind of power as the RP comes through. They've tried to blow up Shad. Save jumps forward aggressively. They've got a Shackle Shot and a Shackles there. Toby down and GPK with DM both traded back. It's a good play in from Viking, but it's still Epikid beyond godlike and annihilating every other member of them. Remnants out from the Ember Spirit.
Bottom tower.
They do have a cask coming. If they can only close the gap, and there's the blink.
Dodge.
Another nice play by Boom.
It's tough. I mean, Viper dies. Yeah, he's tanky, but can't tank all that damage inside the Chronosphere. He might also start... I see Aghanim Scepter queued up, but I don't know how you can save yourself. Maybe you can try to save people with the Ethereal Blade. But then again,
Radiant's
you're
bottom tower has fallen.
giving a free damage from Mortimer's Kisses. This is the combo that the Viking wants to use. I mean, if this was Tops, then pretty sure that would be an E-Blade no matter what.
Oh, for a second there, I was wondering why the hell Magnus has a Basher, but
Basher,
it belongs
like
to
what?
Epikid.
Yeah, his career is constantly
Shackle
dead.
Shot finds Aramis. Shad's come in with a time dilation, the blink away from Save, and the RP fake pump is going to catch in onto Shad now. They've got the stuns they need, but where's the damage? It's lacking because Epikid's been shackled up by Aramis, held in place, and the PA is about to die.
Yeah,
Epi is about to die. Epi's about to die, but still stays alive. Comes in with a crit onto the void. He survived.
Not today.
The Lotus Orb's under the Magnus now. Yes, he got the Hex up on him, but stuck on the high ground is the Hex turnaround onto Aramis. Celery stuck now, trapped in between them all, and a triple kill for Epikid, as I really thought they dispatched with a PA, but it wasn't to be. Down goes the Shadow Shaman, being melted by the toxins of this Viper, and an ultra kill for Epikid, only removed away from the rampage because of GPK.
I mean, it could have been a bit of a different fight if they managed to bring down the Phantom Assassin, but she blinks in, gets a couple of crits, life steals. Like, her Basher was delivered before the BKB that she bought like 6-7 minutes ago and still has 2,000 gold on top of that.
Dire's middle tower.
Incredibly farmed.
Dire's top tower.
She's doubling up on the net worth of the Void, and now they go back in towards Aramis, the kisses towards Epikid, but now the BKB comes into play, and Shad nearly gets annihilated by that PA. Facing off against Boom, but Phantom striking back to the safety of her squad. Good slight chains and the crush from Toby. Take down the Witch Doctor, Ilias falls, and GPK trying to fight within his own Nether Toxin, but the cookie's there. They got the melee barracks, but they've got to try and get away from this as Toby being focused by that fire from the Wind Ranger, but Shad with Boom holding onto their base with everything they've got.
Could have blinked away, but wanted to go maybe for a kill. Still, I'd say okay fight for Viking, where they managed to kill
Radiant are
3 guys, still lost the melee barracks, so not that great, but have to stay positive considering the situation they're in right now.
Stay positive. Positive attitude. Don't know if you can do that with a PA on the enemy team, being a Phantom Assassin. Now with an Abyssal Blade coming. Jeez Louise, 20,000 net worth. Roshan alive in 28 seconds. Chrono with kisses, not ready. 40 seconds for the ulti of Celery. Boom scouts out Magnus though, and they do make a play forward, but look at the jump in. The Abyssal Blade, the stun for the catch, just there. Well done with an RP dodge from the Illusion Rune. Boom makes a play, but it's just not enough. He's bloody dead anyway.
It looked like he dodged it, but didn't.
Oh, did the RP still... I thought he dodged the RP and then got stunned by like a cask or something. Maybe the RP did land.
Maybe that was it.
I don't know, it's getting late, man. I can't tell anymore.
I was just checking out the crits from Phantom Assassin. Can't say for sure that they're pretty high.
Dire's top barracks.
Pretty damn high
Still
indeed.
chasing.
Celery, TPing home.
That's a good place. Wow.
Really great spot. Roshan's up now, though, for Virtus.PRO. 2 Viking core heroes dead, so easy Aegis cheese. Mid lane all gone, top lane Malarex down, Ranger Axe on 200 HP. This feels like the door's opening towards endgame, and Viking have probably only got maybe 1-2 fights left in them if there's is there buybacks anywhere? Nobody's got any buybacks.
I don't know if you noticed, Gary, but the Wind Ranger has Mask of Madness.
What? That's a meme.
That's a meme for sure.
Meme of madness. I need more attack speed on Wind Ranger because focus fire isn't enough. Save says sorry. Celery taking out a little stack for himself. And then dying for it. Get out of here.
So Phantom Assassin 0 deaths, 19, 0, and 7. Maybe he's just on another level.
When they can jump, are they jumping GPK? That's a Dagon, Cheese, Lotus Orb, Rodovatos, Viper. Okay, Blink Crush, Serpent Wards, Shackles. They're doing it. They're killing him. They've got GPK. They take down a core hero. But the rest of EP are coming forward. The cavalry's arriving now. Viking in a spot of bother as DM does catch Toby with a shockwave. Blink back into the trees. DM with the skewer. It's ready now. Oh, doesn't quite catch him. Both Viking heroes escape. Really nice, swift maneuver.
Phantom Assassin's like, I don't need this Sange at all. So I'm just gonna keep it in the backpack.
Not even gonna sell it. Going satanic next as well. Oh, baby. Viking. Drastic measures are required. Kisses, Chrono, but no Serpent Wards. Top lane, destroyed. They have to deal with these lanes, but they also need to make a real desperate move out of the base to find a fight somewhere.
Now, good thing for Viking is you know from which angle they're gonna enter. Like, you lost 2 set of Raxes, so you kind of know where they're gonna go.
I mean, it should be that bottom lane. Oh, Celery.
Dire's bottom tower.
Oh, okay. PA doesn't want the free kill. Instead, focusing on objectives. VP. It is bedtime.
Dire's bottom
I want to put this one, tuck it in. Get to sleep. Tier 3 tower now opens up for them as Epikid straight back onto the high ground. backup plans of Aegis and BKB, as well as this Blink RP of Magnus, who is smoked up and ready to make the jump. They're pinging onto Boom, and they might make that play. Abyssal Blade there, Shockwave as well. The Toby Slardar makes the play in towards Ilias and DM, and now the Chrono.
Ember Spirit.
He's got the jump. So, Mormous Kisses, they're coming in. It's just not enough damage. They've killed off DM, but this PA is still running rampant. The buyback from the Witch Doctor and Shad caught up inside the Rod of Atos.
Shackle.
Epic Kid.
Got him.
They're jumping again. Down you go.
I was waiting to use this Shackle. You know, but they were focusing Ember Spirit most of the time with it, so finally they get him. Thank you for that. Phantom Assassin shoots in with the Lotus Orb.
Very deep. Still has Aegis though, so Epic Kid not really minding too much as she slays the Celery Snapfire. Time walk away from Shad, but the Phantom Strike is back in again. The Shackles, the Long Tongue of Law.
Yeah,
the Chameleon.
Him.
Oh, he sure does. And now PA a little deep. The Hex comes from Aramis, but there's no damage to really follow through. Shackles, again, landing in onto the PA, and Shad trying to make the move forward, but the Phantom Strike back and the blur's there. Epic Kid retreats while Boom, he has respawned, returned to battle. Moves forward with the chains, catching the Witch Doctor. Epic Kid and GPK, really the two last bastions of defense, but they still have DM with a Blink RP. He's actually TP to top outpost, and he's running back across the map.
And Phantom Assassin, full HP, full mana, just hit level 25, 100% extra coup de grace.
Hex again. Oh, but the Lotus Orb, Abyssal Blade, in we come with a DM, Magnus, trying to, okay, RP the ground, I guess, but it looks like Boom has been zapped down by the Dagon of GPK. Shad into Fountain, Celery hiding away in there as well, and Virtus.PRO are playing with their food.
This is it, Gary. I believe it is time to call it. Mega creeps. You have no buyback on the Ember Spirit. It's just a rough one. And
GG.
it is double G's dropped. Yeah.
A 2-0 victory.
Middle tower has fallen.
Mid lane was a disaster. GPK got too much out of it. Like, they showed the Ember Spirit, picked it blindly, and yeah, Viper really dumpstered them in the lane. Like, took the tier 1 tower, then rotated to the bottom lane. They got some really good kills. Even the trades that Viking was doing was pretty much always Ilias position 5 for a bigger kill, and then Phantom Assassin gets the solo XP for that. So everything from Virtus.PRO looking very crisp.